But yeah, anyway. So, hey guys. Hey guys, it's your boy Ojo Wasame back again with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about Liverpool beating Sheffield United 2-1 after coming from 1 goal behind following a penalty from Sanderberg. So, opinions, first of all, starting lineup. I thought it was pretty decent. Obviously, finally Alisson was back on the realm, which was great to see after not feeling as confident, even though maybe Alisson might not be fully fit. It was just good to see, and having a goalkeeper that exudes like amount of confidence and has an aura and has like just exudes a lot of confidence, and that was great to see. And then obviously we had Thiago wasn't fit enough, neither was Joel Matip, but we did finally see a 4-2-3-1 being implemented with Jota, Salah, Firmino and Mane in the front as a front four, with Henderson and Gini Wijnaldum as the two pivots, and then Fabinho after a brilliant performance at centre back in the last 2 games, and Joe Gomez at centre back, left back Andy Robertson, and then right back Trent Alexander-Arnold. So let's start off. I thought Liverpool the first few minutes started really well. We got into very good positions. You know, the first one being from a brilliant pass from Andy Robertson, who managed to find Sadio Mane in behind and created a very good chance where if the pass from Sadio Mane, you know, Ramsdale was in an awful position and he manages to get caught out, but luckily for Sheffield United, they managed to get a good clearance out, and it ends up being a free kick. Ends up being a corner for Liverpool, which was very, very unlucky. If Salah managed to get a bit closer, if Mane gets onto it a bit quicker, it would have been a totally different result. And then, obviously, another big chance was when Trent just all of a sudden, from a free kick, manages just to try and shoot from the halfway line and, try and get a goal. And it forces a good save from Ramsdale. But in the first few minutes, Liverpool moving the ball very well. They were getting a lot of the ball. Moving it very quickly. There was a few good interchanges with Firmino, Jota, especially in my opinion. It was very, very good to see. But overall, I thought it was good. But then there was a sucker blow, which was the penalty. And I'm going to get into that because personally, you guys feel free in the comment section below. You guys let me know if you thought it was a penalty or not. But personally, I didn't think it was a penalty. The reason being, if you look at it, let's actually talk about how the penalty came about first. The penalty, first of all, came about when Fabinho tries to clear the ball out. He does a poor clearance. It lands straight into the feet of, I believe it was Sanderberg who gets the block in. It goes into McBurney. McBurney then is back towards the goal. Fabinho goes in for the slide tackle, which looked outside the box in my opinion. But the referee, first of all, initially gives a free kick, but after reviewing with VAR, the referee gives a penalty. And having looked at the different angles, Fabinho was inside the box, but the foul was made, from the looks of it, just outside the box. It was very tight, but personally, I thought it was outside the box. And but yeah, that was just my personal opinion. Then obviously, that was my opinion. I thought it wasn't a penalty. I was very shocked. You guys feel free to watch my live reactions. You guys can see it because I personally didn't think it was a penalty. But then. And it kind of took out the steam of Liverpool, to be honest. Sheffield United had a few chances. Probably their biggest one coming from a cross from Baldock on the right-hand side. And then I think it was Osborne with the shot. And it forced a good save from Alisson. But that was probably their best chance, obviously, apart from the goal. I said it was really well taken from Sanderberg. Alisson doesn't really save that many penalties. He's only saved one, which was obviously against Chelsea. But it was very, but that goal took the sting out of Liverpool for, a good 20 minutes after, it took the sting out of us. And the creativity, the movement wasn't there. As I mentioned in the first half, there was a lot of movement between the, Jota, Firmino especially. And I was really liking their movement there. But then it just didn't happen. And then later on, around 10-15 minutes, we started getting a few more chances. We started getting a few crosses into the box. We started creating a bit more. There was one where Salah makes a very good run from deep, which was what we needed, which we weren't making enough of. And Trent finds Salah from a run from deep, and it ends up going for a corner. And the goal stems from more or less the same thing. And it was a brilliant cross from, actually, I believe, Jordan Henderson. If any of you guys in the chat right now, feel free to let me know if there was any chances in the games. But that I have forgotten, but the goal stemmed from Trent Alexander-Arnold playing the ball backwards and finding Jordan Henderson, who does his trademark, head over the ball, in-swinging, out-swinging cross, which is super effective. He finds Sadio Mane in pockets, like in the pocket of space, and heads it, and then Mane with the power header, which forces a save from Ramsdale, but because of the power of the header, Ramsdale isn't able to actually push the header away like he probably would have normally, and it ends up going into the path of Roberto Firmino, and Roberto Firmino getting his first goal of the season to make it 1-0. 1-1, sorry, which was huge just before half-time. And after that, Liverpool started getting into it more. There was more link-up play. We were looking a bit more dangerous. Everything was coming a bit better. And I was, in the stream, I was saying, there was a bit more movement. There was, wait a minute, guys. But there was a bit more movement. It was much better. It was much better. There was a bit more interplay. And the second half encapsulated that. Best way I can describe it. The second half was a masterclass performance for Liverpool, in my opinion. Defensively was good. There was a few scary moments, to be honest with you. Fabinho getting turned, and then Joe Gomez forcing a good block, and then obviously Alisson making a pretty big mistake, but luckily didn't end up leading to a goal whatsoever. But yeah, Liverpool had loads of chances. There was one just before the goal that we scored where Mo Salah, actually, Trent Alexander-Arnold managed to find Mo Salah in, again, a similar pocket of space. Does a beautiful in-swinging cross. In-swinging ball, I should say. It wasn't really a cross because it wasn't out wide. It was quite central. And manages to find Salah, who flicks the ball up, hits it on the volley and in the bottom corner. And it was a very good finish. But sadly, his knee was just offside and it got disallowed, which for me was a rightful decision. I forgot to mention as well, in the first half, Sheffield United did have a few calls for penalties as well, even though I don't think the first one was a penalty. There was a few calls that you could actually mention that were a penalty. For example, the one that was on Robertson, where I think Baldock does very well to go inside. It ends up hitting the hand of Andy Robertson. Robertson couldn't really do much about it, but we have seen him being given. There was a foul on Jota that could have also been given as a penalty, but it wasn't. I thought Sanderberg dived for that anyway. But yeah, Liverpool in the second half started doing much better. I said Sheffield United did have a few chances. There was a volley as well. I think there was a volley as well from what's his name? Oh, I can't remember now. Can't remember exactly through, but it went wide off the post. And then there was a few other chances as well that Sheffield United have had, which put them in. That was that they could have scored, especially at the end. Oliver Berg had a very good chance which just went over the bar just towards the end, but Liverpool had loads of chances. Salah hit the post. Diogo Jota was a brilliant throughout. There was a lot of chances in the counter-attack that if we made the right decisions here and there, it would have been totally different. Diogo Jota was very good. And I just thought overall the second half performance was absolutely amazing from us. I thought defensively we were sound. Van Dijk obviously being out was huge, but we managed to make amends with it. And we played very well defensively today, in my opinion. But that's the best way I can describe it. I thought it was a good performance, very resilient. Being 1-0 down, it did look like it took a lot out of us, but in the end we actually managed to, carry on and do very well. So that was very good from us. But let's get into the player ratings now. As I said, everyone, feel free to leave a like on the video / stream, whatever you're watching right now, and also subscribe if you guys aren't into the channel, and leave your opinions on the game. Leave your opinions of the game. Also put your your player ratings as well, because I'm about to do my player ratings right now. So in goal, Alisson. I'm just happy to see him back, first of all. I'm just going to put it out there. I was happy to see him back. He made a little mistake in the second half, which could have led to a goal. But again, he wasn't fully fit. But it was a little bit shaky from him. But overall, we made a very good save. I think it was at 1-0. So if it hadn't gone in, it would have been 2-0. But it didn't really have much to do, to be honest with you. Didn't really have much to do. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Trent, I thought, was much better today compared to against Ajax. He was a bit more involved. There was a lot of chances on the right-hand side. Obviously, got an assist for the disallowed goal, but again, was very, very good throughout the game. Was always an outlet, I thought he played quite well, so I'm going to say an 8 out of 10 for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Fabinho obviously gave away a penalty, could have conceded a good chance, almost conceded a goal with the Oliver Burke chance, but I thought overall it was actually pretty decent, to be honest with you. He made a few good blocks, he actually saved us a few times, and and he had a lot of the ball as well, which was good to see. But I don't think it was an amazing performance. I'm going to say it wasn't like, Ajax levels or what was the last game we played? Everton levels. I don't think it was that. But I thought he played very well. So I'm going to still say a 7 out of 10 for me. I know it wasn't, Chelsea levels. And then for Robertson, Joe Gomez, I thought he played amazing today. He was, in times where Fabinho lacked the pace, it was nice for Joe Gomez to actually complement him with the pace that he had. He didn't really make a lot of mistakes. He was quite vocal as well from the looks of things, and I thought he did well throughout. So I'm going to say a solid 8 out of 10 as well for Joe Gomez. Robertson was again always influential throughout. I thought the first half he was a little bit quiet, but towards the second half he was much better. So I'm going to say again another 8 out of 10 in my opinion for Andy Robertson. Gini Wijnaldum, I thought it was pretty decent. I thought in the second half he was much better. He was getting into better positions. He was starting a lot of counter attacks, and I thought he played quite well again. So again, I'm going to give him another 8 out of 10. I thought it was much better in the second half. Then Henderson, he was playing a lot on the right hand side. Like he was predominantly operating on the right hand side of midfield. Again, got an assist for, he didn't get an assist per se, but he got an assist for the chance that led to the goal. So, and he always was causing those crosses, which were really, really good to see. And he was providing a lot of energy in midfield as well, which was really nice. Same with Gini Wijnaldum, as I mentioned. So again, I'm gonna say 8.5 for Jordan Henderson. Firmino, I thought he played brilliantly today. Obviously, got the goal, which was great to see. Finally getting off the mark with a goal for Liverpool at Anfield as well, which last season he wasn't really able to do. Easy finish, don't get me wrong, but he had a lot of the attacks that we had came through him. There was a lot of good interplays as well from Firmino. I thought he played brilliantly today, so I'm actually gonna say 9 out of 10 for Firmino. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Mane, I thought first half he wasn't as good. I thought he wasn't as involved. Obviously, he was part of the goal, but he was still very good. He was still very good. So I'm going to say 8 out of 10. The second half, he was by far better in my opinion. I think the Liverpool team in general was much better in the second half rather than in the first half. So I'm going to really mainly judge on his second half performance. So I'm going to say 8 out of 10. Salah, I thought again, very unlucky not to score. Obviously, he got a goal disallowed by a knee. He hit the post. Very unlucky to not get on the score sheet today. But again, very good throughout. I'm going to put him on a 7.5 because there could have been a few times where he was a bit better. But he was, always a threat, and it's a good thing to see with this formation because we actually played very well. When everybody started actually clicking, it actually came across really well, the formation. And then Diogo Jota, I'm in absolute love with him. So he's going to be my other 9 out of 10. Obviously, got a goal. I think it's fair for the goal scorers to actually get, the best ratings today. And he was a pressing machine. Honestly, I know Pep Linders said he was a pressing machine or something like that, but you saw it today. A part of me was like, don't take him off. Because he had the energy from the first minute to the last. He was pressing guys. His fitness levels were absolutely tremendous. And he's a great signing. And he's took the goal absolutely brilliantly. And he was amazing for us today, if any of the front three get injured, I would happily have Jota in there. He was absolutely brilliant today. I can't stress it enough. I was so happy with his performance today, and every single time he gets the ball, he excites me. And I think, especially an attacking player, when you have a player that every single time he gets the ball, he excites you, that's a sign that you've got a good player on your hands. So Jota, absolutely amazing today. Another 9 out of 10 in my opinion. The subs, Minamino, he was all right. His touch was a little bit off at times, but did alright to start a few counter attacks, so I can't say anything wrong with that. By the way, as I said before, feel free to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel as well. That would be much appreciated. And feel free to leave your player ratings as well down there in the comment section below. That would be much appreciated. And it was. I thought Minamino played very well. James Milner controlled the game. We then, once Minamino and Milner came on, we reverted back to a 4-3-3 just to get a bit more control in midfield, which I thought was necessary. Because Sheffield United started getting into the game a little bit more. But overall, I thought it was a brilliant performance. I thought it was a very good performance. And, we did very well. I thought second half was much better than the first. Sheffield United could maybe feel a bit hard done by, but they played well, and obviously they haven't got the points that they probably may have deserved. But I thought Liverpool overall were the better team and definitely deserved the win today. But yeah, this is going to be, obviously, if you're watching the stream, it's not the end of the stream. But if you guys did like this video, please make sure to subscribe, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you guys aren't into the channel. But yeah, here's the end of the video. It's your boy Ojo Wasame. Stay safe, and I hope you guys have a very nice day. I'll see you guys later, and I'll be doing more live streams later on. See you guys then. Bye.